Well, joining me now, someone who's taking an active interest in this and who's met also with the erstwhile Maharaja of Travancore today, who has gone to the Supreme Court. They, of course, are the ancient custodians of this temple and the contributors of this treasure trove, their family. Shashi Tharoor joins me now. Mr. Tharoor, what is your take on this? You met the former Maharaja today, and what's your view on all the theories now from around the country of what should be done with the treasure, ranges with liquidating this to wipe out Kerala's national debt as well?
Well, first of all, I share the immense joy and excitement that people here in Thiruvananthapuram feel about this extraordinary discovery. Discovery is perhaps the wrong word. It was always there, and some people knew it was always there. But now the revelation of the extent and quality of this is tremendous. When you think of the way in which Maharajas and Nawabs in other parts of our country spent all their resources with such profligacy, to see here there was a royal family that didn't touch these assets that belonged to the temple, that left them for generations in safekeeping. It's a wonderful story. And on top of that, of course, there is the immense value. The value has not been scientifically established, but even the roughly estimated value is so great. But when you ask the question, what should be done? I mean, in a sense, this is the temple's assets. Why should anyone else have a say in how it's to be done?
I agree. So what should be done is perhaps nothing to be done with it. It belongs to the temple according to you. But the public focus on whether these assets should be used for the public good, should people at least be allowed to actually see this openly? I mean, it's been hidden away for so many years. It is really a historical treasure as well.
Well, first of all, would you ask the same question of the literally lakhs of temples, masjids, mandirs, churches all over our country? Would they all have to spend their assets for the public good? I mean, the fact is each temple, each religious institution makes its own choices in this regard. I don't think that it is beyond the capacity of the temple to decide how it should conduct itself, and I don't think it is for non-worshippers to go and pronounce themselves on this matter.
Sure, but I think the difference, of course, Mr. Tharoor, is the scale here of the find of an estimate, as you said, not scientifically, but around 1 lakh crores. And we know the figures, as you said, that all Kerala's debt would be wiped out with that. But I agree that perhaps it's, at the moment, it should be decided by the temple, and it's not liquidating it is something that doesn't happen around the world. Look at the Vatican. But the larger question on how safe this treasure is, because, I mean, it's been hidden away for years. Not many people knew about it, but now it's a national headline.
Well, look, obviously, you know, this is the era of conquerors and invaders coming to loot temples. That is well behind us. So that's not what we have to worry about, but we have to worry about artful thieves. I think professional crooks from around the country and the world have read this news. I believe many images have been shown on television. So obviously it must have excited the cupidity of a lot of people of evil intent. And that's why security is such a major preoccupation. The state government is confident they can protect it, and they have doubled and indeed quadrupled the police presence around the shrine. What is important now is that very, very sensible security safeguards have to be implemented. And I'm sure the state government will not hesitate to seek the advice of central institutions as well, even if they won't actually need central personnel, in order to be able to do this in a state-of-the-art professional way. But I think nobody in the state government, including the police, is in any doubt about the great importance of protecting this extraordinary treasure.
But of course, but you're also in Kerala, and a state which is so strongly, has such strong left-wing views as well, and the left have very different views from you on this and what should be done.
Well, the very simple truth is when the worshippers offer it to this temple, that's where it belongs. It's as simple as that. No one says, why should the Vatican have such a great collection of art and paintings and priceless objects, right? The Vatican is an extraordinary place. People go and visit it and admire it. I hope that one day people will be in a position to come and enhance the joy and pleasure of visiting the Ananta Padmanabhan temple here in Thiruvananthapuram.
Of course, but tell us, Mr. Tharoor, you've actually met the former Maharaja of Travancore, his family is responsible for actually giving all these treasures to the temple. They're the custodians of the temple. Tell us about the experience of what you've heard of this. One member of the panel which has gone and said he felt like he had gone to heaven seeing all this around him. What have you heard about it?
No, in fact, the Maharaja himself had not seen all of this because for 50 or 60 years he had not actually opened this himself. And he's now 90 years old. So I can tell you that all of them knew there were these treasures there, but they did not feel it was their place to open and examine them. And the arrangement actually was very interesting. The Maharaja had one key, and the temple management had one key. And they both would have had to agree to open up and see anything inside. So it was always treated with a lot of reverence and distance. Perhaps the one thing that is different today is that thanks to a court ruling, the whole thing has come to light. And it's not possible to simply put it back again and so as it were, rewind the tape. What has happened, it is out there. Now we have to take stock of a new situation. And all the right technology must be applied, all the security measures, all the climate control measures, various things have to be done. But at the bottom, it still remains a temple possession, a temple treasure, and let us not arrogate to ourselves the right to take away from the temple or from past and future generations what this treasure means for the temple.
Shashi Tharoor, well said, but thanks so much for joining me tonight on the show.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. NDTV.com/apps.